members of the NERDC entourage, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have with me a team from the NERDC, the Kano Northwest Zonal Office, and I will invite the head of the zonal office, Mr. Jonathan Alebiosu, to introduce the other members of the team. With your permission, I invite Mr. Jonathan Alebiosu, who is the head of the Northwest Zonal Office, to please introduce the other members of the team. Thank you.
The Vice Chancellor, sir, other principal officers of this great institution, Bayero University, Kano, everybody here present, permit me to also say Salam Alaikum, sir. Having the permission and the directive of my Chief Executive, Professor Salisu Shehu, to introduce my colleagues that are here supporting him on this courtesy visit. And graciously, I'll start with my immediate right. We have Malam Ademola Jalil Badamosi. He is Principal Technical Officer here in Kano office. Next to him is Malam Umar Ali, also a Principal Executive Officer, Account, in charge of internal audits in Kano office. And next to him is Malam Ibrahim Aminu Bello, the procurement officer in Kano office. And next to him is Malam Abubakar Mohammed, chief driver mechanic, ably handling the affairs of that section. And also behind me is my very able assistant and a colleague admin officer, is Alhaji Segri Ahmad, is an administrative officer. And next to him is another very powerful man, Alhaji Salisu Shehu, also a chief driver mechanic, effectively handling that schedule. Madam Salisu Shehu, the chief clerical officer and our upcoming administrative officer. And last but not least is Madam Ahmad Usman, chief store officer. And these are my colleagues here in Northwest Zonal Office here in Kano. My humble self is Jonathan Alebiosu, Director and Head, Northwest Zonal Office here in Kano. Once again, here we are accompanying our Chief Executive, Professor Salisu Shehu, for this visit. And with due respect and utmost sense of humility, if I want to be introducing him to this university community, I might possibly be wasting people's time, because I want to believe very well that you even know him better and more than I do. However, please permit me to say that our ES is an amiable, a wonderful person that just within the short time that he assumed the headship of NERDC, things has changed beautifully. I talk of the human capital development, the physical renovation and rejuvenation of activities, or do I even talk of the intellect aspect of it? I will say that we are so lucky that we didn't waste time to have him at this time that we're having it, because those of us, they're both at the headquarters and the various zonal offices, I can commit myself to say that God has really visited us and things are really changing. And so here we have him leading our team to pay a courtesy visit to the newly appointed Vice Chancellor. And just like I said, they say, well-deserved appointment. So we are here to also say congratulations, sir. And at this point, I will humbly want to hand over back to my Chief Executive for further part of the program. So once again, thank you so much. God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much. Deputy Vice Chancellor, and I'm happy the Registrar is around, the Registrar, Ala Harun Ali, the Director, VC's office, and other staff of the university, my staff and members of my entourage. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. By sincerely and profoundly thanking you for this opportunity to come and visit you and visit the university. I cannot appreciate you enough because I know I just gave a very short notice, but in spite of the short notice, you graciously accepted to receive me and my team this afternoon. I thank you most sincerely for this opportunity. In my own case, Mr. Vice Chancellor, stating the purpose of our visit to the university, I would say that there are several reasons to that. In the first instance, coming to visit Bayero University in my own case is a sort of homecoming. It's coming back home. This is where I was hatched. And I grew up also here in my professional pursuit to the rank of a professor. So everything in me is Bayero University, Kano. If I will delve into the field of people like Aliyu Muazu, Amaso Adebin Hausa, I will borrow the words of Taudo Inugu in his song praising Ahijo. He was saying Gabang Kamaru Ahijo, Bayan Kamaru Ahijo, Ligar Kamaru. So I would say Gabana, the Bayana, the Hulata is Bayero University, Kano. So this is a homecoming to me, actually. And secondly, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I have come at a right time when you have just gotten into office. So we have come from the NERDC to congratulate you and to wish you well and to pray for you to have a successful tenure, to build on the successes of your predecessors and to add up to those successes. So, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, congratulations on your well-deserved appointment as the Vice Chancellor of Bayero University, Kano. We know you, we know your pedigree, we know your personal integrity, sense of commitment and sense of responsibility. We have every reason to be confident that inshallah you will take Bayero University Kano to even much greater heights. May Allah support you and guide you and bless your tenure. Thirdly, Mr. Vice Chancellor, I think for me, again, I personally, not necessarily in the name of the NERDC, I wish to use this opportunity to thank the university for yet giving me the approval to go and serve the nation at the national level. I was in the university as a Vice Chancellor before I was appointed to this present position. But the university has graciously approved my release to go and serve the nation in this capacity. It's only reasonable to come back and not just say thank you, but I say thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor, but also I have gone out there to the national stage, center stage, as an ambassador of the university. And I need all the necessary support of my home base to succeed. So I have come to seek for the support this university that has made me what I am, to continue to support me in my present endeavor to succeed. Because I believe that if I succeed, it shall be the pride of Bayero University, Kano. So, Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have come to seek your support in my present calling. And may Allah make us to succeed in all that we do all together. Fourthly, Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have come not in my own person, but as the Executive Secretary and Chief Executive of the Nigerian Educational Research and Development Council. Now, on that note, Mr. Vice Chancellor, for all the reasons I have stated, but in a general sense, Bayero University as a university is an educational institution. NERDC is also an educational institution. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the NERDC is a research institute. Although it is named council, but by its status, it is a research institute. So even in this general sense, there is synergy and there is, every reason for partnership and collaboration with Bayero University, Kano. Although NERDC has statutorily been categorized as part of basic education in the country, but then by its mandate, it has cross-cutting, what do I call, relevance, passing over beyond the basic education level and having relevance even at the level of higher education, as I will demonstrate, Mr. Vice Chancellor. So this is also a visit for the purposes of seeking your support for partnership, collaboration, and working together. And especially for what I stated earlier, that I would need all the necessary support of my university to succeed in my present endeavor. Now, before I state actually the mandate of the NERDC, Mr. Vice Chancellor, let me just briefly state what the NERDC is all about. And you may be aware of what the NERDC, but not all of them, all of us that are here may know what the NERDC actually is doing. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the NERDC is a grade A parastatal of the Federal Ministry of Education. And in the spirit of its mandate, its motto is the think tank of the Nigerian education system. NERDC is the think tank of the Nigerian education system. This summarizes the significance of the NERDC to the education system in Nigeria. It was established, Mr. Vice Chancellor, surprisingly, many people, especially in this part of the country, do not know much about the NERDC. Some people think it was established some 3-5 years ago, but the NERDC was established since when we were students in the university in 1988, 37 years ago, with Decree 53 of 1988. That is even before the capital city was moved from Lagos to Abuja. Now, it has 10 different divisions or directorates. We have 6 academic centers, which are the core of the council. And there are 4 service directorates. Let me begin with the service directorates, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. The first of the service directorate is the Director of Human Resource and Corporate Services. This is headed by a director, and which is just like the registry in the university. And the director is just like the registrar in the university. All issues about establishment matters, staff development matters, and all things are all located in that particular directorate. Then we have the Directorate of Finance and Account. That is our bursary. And then there is the Directorate of Procurement, which is also headed by a director. And then there is the Directorate of General Services, and that is our Physical Planning and Maintenance Directorate. These are the service directorates, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, but the core academic centers are 6, and each one of them also is headed by a director. The first one is the Curriculum Development Center, which we call CDC. The Curriculum Development Center is the center that we can say almost shoulders the most significant mandate of the council, that is about developing curriculum and reviewing curriculum. So this center develops curriculum for schools at the foundational level, that is basic education, and also up to the senior secondary school level. And anything to do with curriculum development or curriculum review, as the case may be, is being handled. And almost all other policy matters, sir, relating to educational policy matters, it is the NERDC that develops the policy and passes to the government. It may interest you to know that the all-important national policy on education, yearly, whenever the review is undertaken, it is the NERDC that undertakes the review of the... And since the curriculum is a dynamic thing, and since the curriculum is supposed to be an aggregate of the aspirations of the country, Mr. Vice Chancellor, it happens that, for example, the Nigerian customs would like Nigerian pupils and students to have an element of knowledge of customs and services. The Nigerian immigration would want Nigerian students to have an element of immigration, knowledge about immigration activities and services. The FIRS would want Nigerian students to have some element of knowledge about taxes and all that. The SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, you think of all other bodies that would want something to be integrated into the curriculum, they would come to the NERDC. The NERDC would develop the curriculum, and when they develop it, it may either be infused in all subjects of the curriculum, because they will not stand alone, because you may end up having 50 subjects in the curriculum, which is not possible. But that tells you the centrality of the role of the NERDC. Just recently, the NITDA has approached the NERDC, and the NERDC has developed the digital literacy curriculum for Nigerian schools. Now, this in a nutshell is about the NERDC, the Center for Curriculum Development, sir. And then the next is the Book Development Center. There is the Book Development Center in the NERDC. This is the center that is mandated to review books that are written for Nigerian schools and to recommend them. So any person that writes a book and or she or he writes a book which he or she wants to be used in Nigerian primary schools or Nigerian secondary schools, as the case may be, must bring it to the NERDC to review it and to recommend it. No state government can buy any books for use in its schools if it is not recommended by the NERDC. So you can see the role of this center is very important. And even books that are not necessarily for the use of the schools, for general reading, like the ones written by Malan Sharif and others, they write books for general reading. They will still need to bring it to the NERDC to be reviewed and recommended for general reading in the country. And you can see, Mr. Vice Chancellor, this is an area where even university lecturers will be engaged or will have interest in, because, for example, a lecturer in Nigerian languages would want to write a book for the use of primary schools or secondary schools, as the case may be. He has to take it to the NERDC to be reviewed and to be recommended, or in chemistry, sir, as the case may be, or in any other subjects that are offered in the secondary school and in the primary school. The Book Development Center is also supposed for the purposes of promoting knowledge. Is supposed to be organizing national book exhibition in the country to showcase the latest publications in the country regarding the production of knowledge. The next, Mr. Vice Chancellor, I can see you have some other visitors, is the Education Research Center, Educational Research Center, ERC. And this is a center from the name that is mandated to initiate and to, pursue researches on different aspects of educational phenomenon, especially. Any matter relating to education, it is this center that is supposed to handle it. And you can see, if universities are supposed to, are essentially about teaching and research, it means this is a meeting point between the NERDC and the university. As the case may be, some of our researchers may undertake research on, for example, the training of teachers in universities. How effective is it? These teachers are being produced for basic education, for secondary school. You can see there is a synergy. Or some university lecturers would want, in the Faculty of Education, would want to undertake research on the impact of curriculum on learning, as the case may be. Or if you want to undertake research on the predictive value of JAM, for example, in success in the university, you can see there is a cross-cutting effect as far as this research is concerned. So this is an area that there can be synergy and partnership between the university and the NERDC. Another center, Mr. Vice Chancellor, is the Language Development Center. The Language Development Center is the center that has the mandate to develop language policy for the country. Anything to do with language. All the translation works that Nigerian languages and the Center for Nigerian Languages have been undertaking are supposed to be in synergy with the Language Development Center. Any language that is interested in developing curriculum for teaching of that language in any schools, whether it is Efik or Ibibio or Fulfulde or Kanuri, as the case may be. I'm not talking about Igbo Hausa because these are established. But for example, any particular ethnic group or tribal or language group that is interested in developing, either developing curriculum or developing orthography for that particular language, it has to come to the NERDC to do it. If it does it alone, the Nigerian government will never accept it if it is not done by the NERDC. Only recently, we have released the latest national policy, language policy in the country, sir. And then there is the Special Program Center. Some educational issues may not necessarily fall within curriculum issues or books or language or whatever. It is the Special Program Center that handles it. Maybe some form of specialized conference or workshop, as the case may be. So the Special Program Center handles that. And finally, as a research institute, it is only expected that there has to be a library. You can't have a research institute without library. So the last but not the least unit is the library and informatics unit. And this is supposed to be a rich library because as the think tank of the Nigerian education system, it is expected that it should contain a very rich and robust collection whereby perhaps if you cannot find any material on any matter in any library around in the country, you should be confident to come to the to the NERDC library to get it. And then in the present drive of digitalization, it's only necessary that there has to be, as it is the order of the day today, the digital component of the library. That's why it is library and informatics. All these are headed by directors, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. And the NERDC has 6 zonal offices in all the 6 geopolitical zones. The zonal office of the Northwest geopolitical zones is here located in Kano, and Mr. Jonathan Alebiesu is a director in the council, and he is now the head of the Northwest zonal office. In Damaturu, you have the zonal office for Northeast. In Calabar, you have the zonal office for South-South. In Abakaliki, you have the zonal office of the Southeast. In Mina, you have the zonal office of the North Central. And the Southwest zonal office, expectedly, is in Lagos. That is where even the entire council took off. And not surprisingly, there we have a conference center, Mr. Vice Chancellor, which is a whole concept of a conference center that you like the Congo Conference Center, where you have accommodation and conference facilities, as the case may be. And then we have a printing press also in Lagos. So this is, in a nutshell, Mr. Vice Chancellor, about the NERDC. And perhaps while I was trying to explain the mandates of the various academic centers, I have illustriously established the perspectives and aspects of partnership between the university and the National Education Research and Development Council. Finally, second but one anyway, is that I am glad to inform you that the NERDC has just released the latest reviewed curriculum for implementation in Nigerian schools. In the beginning of this academic session, the new curriculum took off with the new session in September. But that is only at the basic educational level. That is the curriculum. We are still working on the senior one. We have not completed it. But for the junior one, has just been introduced. And we have also released it together with the teacher's guide. Every curriculum has to come with the teacher's guide. And soon we are going to embark on a robust nationwide teacher training activity, teacher training regimes, workshops, as the case may be. And I need to inform the Vice Chancellor that a good number of lecturers from Bayero University have been engaged for the purposes of this curriculum review, both in the perspective of curriculum experts from the Faculty of Education and subject experts from the various departments in Bayero University, Kano. And perhaps even in the teacher training, we will engage a good number of our colleagues from Bayero University, Kano. The most instructive thing about this new curriculum, Mr. Vice Chancellor, is because is the fact that looking at the world today, which some scholars even say that we are already in what they call post-normal world, where change is not just rapid, but it is also simultaneous, it is also spontaneous, and the scale of change is in quantum. In the world today, you just have to be fast, and you just have to make sure that your curriculum is in tune with that. So the curriculum that has been released is based on the purposes of developing in our children 21st century skills. So the curriculum is competency based, is outcome based, and it is anchored on inculcating creative thinking and critical thinking in children, and also in inculcating problem solving orientation. In the world of AI today, people say that you don't teach children problem solving alone, but you should also teach them problem solving, problem posing, because the world is so challenging today that you don't have to wait for problem to happen to solve it. You pose the problem, hypothesize the problem, and try to explore the solutions to that. These are things that must be taught to our younger ones, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Finally, I'm glad to inform you that one other thing that we have done very recently in the NERDC is the production of what is called National Reading Framework. I believe you will agree with me that in this part of the country, we have a very poor reading culture. This poverty of reading has come to be aggravated by the dominance and invasion of digital devices in terms of smartphones and all smart technologies. Our children no longer read. But as we all know, knowledge is only possible through reading. And everything about knowledge begins with reading. That is why the first revelation did not ask the Prophet ﷺ to believe in Allah, but the first command was to read. When reading dies in a society, when reading dies in a community, then that community is doomed, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. So all of us are challenged. And I think this is an aspect that the university would also need to come to work with the NERDC to promote the culture of reading. We are teachers in the university. We see the kind of students we examine, isn't it? Those of us that graduated in those days, you will be given 24-page answer booklet. You fill it. You call for attachment. Now in a PhD class, you find a student answering a question in 1.5 pages because they don't read. Because as it is said, if you don't have, you can't offer. If you can't read, you can't produce knowledge. So, Mr. Vice Chancellor, we have just recently produced the National Reading Framework. In this National Reading Framework, 10 strategies for reviving reading culture in our younger ones were identified. This was done with the support of PLAN, which is a subsidiary of the United States Agency for International Development. And I am glad, Mr. Vice Chancellor, to offer the university copies of this. These are 4 copies of the National Reading Framework. I am glad to say that, Mr. Vice Chancellor, I am offering 1 personal copy to you.
Thank you very much.
And 3 copies for the library.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Whatever we do, Mr. Vice Chancellor, whether policy or curriculum or whatever, we always don't do it like that. We always produce the implementation guidelines. So this National Reading Framework has an implementation guideline. This is your own personal copy, sir.
Thank you very much, Prof.
This is the implementation guideline.
Thank you, yes.
And this is for the library, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Prof.
I raise my case.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. I know you are pressed for time, but typical of us professors, we talk a lot. And thank you so much for the opportunity.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim wa sallallahu ala nabil karim. The Executive Secretary, Nigerian Educational Research and Development Council, the Professor Salisu Shehu, our own, and Mr. Jonathan Alebieshu, the head of the Northwest Zonal Office. Today is really a special day for me as the 12th Vice Chancellor of Bayero University, Kano. and also a special day for Bayero University Kano, because we are hosting one of us in person of Professor Salisu Shehu, the ES of NERDC, and the team from Northwest Zonal Office. I am indeed eternally grateful for this visit, particularly the prayers offered by the ES, as well as the beautiful comments. ES, I thank you immensely for this visit, and I would like to use this opportunity to say that since the appointment of Professor Salisu Shehu as the ES of NERDC, I have been following the council activities very, very closely. I didn't know much about the council until he was appointed as the substantive ES. And I'm happy to say that those of us in Bayero University, Kano, are really proud of the milestone that you have already achieved within the shortest period of time as the substantive ES. I want to therefore use the opportunity to congratulate you, to congratulate the council, and also pray that Allah, the most glorious and the most merciful, will continue to guide and protect you as you deliver on this very important mandate. I want to also say that I have been closely monitoring your achievements, particularly in the areas of book development and curriculum development. I would like to sincerely appreciate the ES for this visit, and I feel this visit will open new windows of opportunities that both Bayero University Kano and NERDC can leverage in order for both the two institutions to achieve their mission and ambition. I also want to assure and reassure the ES that our doors will continue to remain open for NERDC. I will continue to provide space for your visit, even at the shortest notice, inshallah. Like he rightly said, this visit is just coming back home. In fact, he has been home all the time. It's just that Prof is trying to visit the other section of his home. So I want to say that those of us in Bayero University Kano will continue to support you, will continue to partner and collaborate with NERDC with a view to raising the profile of our educational system. I have also listened very attentively on a lot of modest achievements recorded under your tenure, and I'm glad to respond to some of them. The first one, of course, the story of Professor Salisu Shehu will not be complete without mentioning BUK. He had his undergraduate studies in BUK and also part of his postgraduate studies. In fact, myself, as the 12th Vice Chancellor, I have a long-standing relationship with Professor Salisu Shehu, even at family and at personal level, for over 3 decades. I want to therefore say that I am the happiest among the staff of Bayero University Kano looking at the modest achievements recorded so far under his stewardship. I also want to assure the ES that this is the right time for him to come, and I'm eternally grateful for the congratulatory message, particularly the message that is coming within the past 2 months of my tenure at the 12th Vice Chancellor of Bayero University Kano. I am deeply touched by the kind prayers offered by the ES as well as the Northwest Zonal Coordinator, and I am eternally grateful for that. And he has also made a remark that he is personally thankful to the university for the approval granted to him to serve the nation. I want to say that Bayero University Kano will always be there for you, will always be there to support you, and we will continue to release you on national assignment so that the nation and humanity will continue to tap from your wells of experience. Again, Prof raised an important issue, particularly looking at the mandate of NERDC being a research institute. I would like to say that even by virtue of your Establishment Act, it is very clear that NERDC is a research institute, and I think universities must leverage the existence of NERDC in order to turn around our curriculum, as well as provide adequate books and other reference materials for our students. It is a well-known fact that the quality of the students that we admit in our universities is declining day by day. Sure. And I think the presence of this robust and significant institution like NERDC, universities should endeavor to collaborate and partner with NERDC so that some of these limitations and gaps associated with teaching and learning can be squarely addressed. On this note, I would like to assure the ES that Bayero University Kano is ever ready to collaborate and partner with NERDC under your stewardship with a view to changing this narrative, with a view to advancing the educational development of our dear unit. I therefore want to suggest that after this visit, the team from NERDC may have to meet with our team. I will mandate the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Development to link up with your team so that together we can develop a robust memorandum of understanding so that both the two institutions will be able to achieve their mission and vision, particularly educational development of our dear nation. I have also listened attentively and realized that the strategic importance of NERDC cannot be overemphasized. In fact, recently I saw it in news that you have developed something to do with NECO or WAEC. Yeah, and I think this is really commendable, and I would like to congratulate Professor Salisu Shehu for this giant stride. The Book Development Center, the Curriculum Development Center, the Educational Research Center are all significant for the educational advancement of our dear nation. I therefore want to assure ES that immediately after this meeting, I will ask the Deputy Vice Chancellor R&D to look at the possible areas of collaboration so that together we can develop a robust MOU. Sure. And I am strongly optimistic that this partnership and synergy will help us in addressing some of the gaps in our educational system. I've already mentioned that when you admit garbage, certainly you are going to chunk out garbage. Yeah, sure. So therefore, we need to leverage the presence of our own as the ES so that together we can be able to address some of these learning gaps. On library and the information unit, this is also another potential area of collaboration. Bayero University Kano is also blessed with functional, physical, and e-library resources. And I believe NERDC also is the same. So the two institutions have an opportunity that they can leverage in order to achieve this important mission and vision. I'm also happy to hear that you have 6 zonal offices. The one in Northwest is located in Kano. This is really an opportunity for universities within this region to actually maximally utilize in order to address some of the challenges we are facing, particularly in curriculum, in shortages of book, and other areas of educational intervention. I want to commend the ES once again for his efforts in releasing the latest curriculum for implementation in Nigerian schools at basic level. This is really commendable, ES, and I urge you to sustain this tempo. NERDC is doing a lot.
Yeah, sure.
However, Nigerians know it less. So I think you also need to task the public relations unit or the public affairs unit of the NERDC to improve on the way and manner that they blow your trumpet. Because we are living in a dynamic world where if you don't blow your trumpet, no one will blow it for you. From our end, our public relations unit is ready to partner with you in this regard. The teacher training regimes nationwide that you are planning to embark upon, I would like to assure you that Bayero University Kano is also ready to partner with you in terms of provision of venues and facilities for some of these activities. And finally, I thank you most sincerely for engaging some of the BUK staff as resource persons in your activities. May Allah reward you for this kind gesture and recognition. And finally, I would like to also inform the ES. Of course, the ES is fully aware, but for the benefit of other members in his team, that in Bayero University Kano, we have Center for Reading that was recently established. And I think this is another potential area of collaboration between NERDC and BUK so that together we can advance the national reading framework.
They have invited us for their conference.
For their conference. Okay, that's great.
Next week.
So please let us leverage that opportunity in order to have a robust partnership between NERDC and our Center for Reading. Finally, I thank Professor Salisu Shehu and this powerful team from NERDC for this August visit in October.
Thank you, sir.
And I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most glorious and the most merciful, will continue to strengthen the ES so that he can deliver on this important mission and vision. Thank you very much.